Hello, it's me again on the 4th of September. MetaVerse Explorer here to update you on what's happening in crypto. Because guess what? Every time you go to sleep and you wake up, there's something new to cover. So I like to use Crypto Panic. As always, I have a look at all the different news that I should pay attention to throughout the day. But all really, it's full Cardano stuff. It's all Cardano stuff. And no, I'm not a big fan of Cardano, but I don't know why it's making such great news coverage at the moment. Probably because a guy from the Coin Bureau did a video about Cardano, so it's going through the motions at the moment. But I picked out some of my own articles that I wanted to cover today, and I thought I wanted to share it with you guys. The first thing is Ukraine's tech retail giants begin accepting Bitcoin, which is amazing, right? We see Ukraine going to war with Russia, a very tough conflict going across, spreading across to the rest of the world a little bit. People kind of realizing that they can be a target. This could be like Taiwan and China, right? And people are going to be using this as proxy wars. So Russia and America are going to go to war. They're going to go to war via proxies through Ukraine, or America and China will go through Taiwan. Or it's crazy. So let's get back to the story. So according to the report by Bitcoin Magazine, local news outlets Observatel, the two behemoth tech retailers will be allowing customers to pay in Bitcoin for goods and services. Why shouldn't they, right? It's a company's prerogative to accept payment in however form they want, even if it's in country's currency, or in a decentralized currency like Bitcoin. They're using a payments provider called WhitePay. Now, WhitePay is a subsidiary of Whitebit, which is a European-based crypto exchange. Now, the Ukrainian interest in Bitcoin has grown throughout the Russian invasion. Early in the year, the president of Ukraine signed an on-virtual currency bill, which provides a large legal framework for Bitcoin to operate with the country's economy. I think good on them, right? Good on these Ukrainians, good on these companies for experimenting. I really hope it's on Bitcoin Lightning Network and not, of course, using normal Bitcoin mainnet, because then that might be very cost inefficient. So if they can onboard new users into the Lightning Network, that would be awesome. I'd be so happy with that. I myself have only been experimenting a small amount with Bitcoin Lightning. I have the Satoshi's wallet, which is Living Room of Satoshi, which is like a kind of an Australian company. We use Lightning a little bit, but I haven't bought anything with Lightning. So if it is possible, I would love to buy something with Lightning. One of the biggest stories actually is FIFA, and FIFA launching an NFT platform in partnership with Algorand. So this is going to be called FIFA Plus Connect. So let's read the article, shall we? The governing body of soccer, FIFA, the global governing body of soccer, is launching a new NFT collectibles platform with the highly anticipated World Cup just around the corner. It'll be on Algorand, and oh my god, why Algorand? Why not Ethereum, right? Algorand has had it really good with their partnerships. They have really good high-level partnerships, but the token isn't performing well at all. You know why? Because the Algorand Foundation has to sell the token on market to get all of the dollars they need to make these partnerships happen. So it's really like a catch-22, like it's a supply and demand. How much is the token appreciating or depreciating versus how much they're actually selling on top of you to increase the ecosystem? Because of course, once the ecosystem increases, then it's likely that your tokens are going to be worth more. But until that happens, they have to sell the token, they have to pay their companies, they have to pay their cleaners, pay their contracts, lawyers, all of these sorts of people to try and actually get these business proposals and business deals signed. So the platform will be called FIFA Plus Connect, Plus Collect. Sorry, I maybe I talk too fast. And will appear to take a Top Shot-esque approach with a bit of twist. So Top Shot, you guys know Top Shot, they focus heavily on NBA, NFL, and UFC. It's utilized intellectual property from them to take in-game moments and mint them as NFTs. So when like LeBron James comes up and does a slam dunk, and that it gets snapshotted into a GIF or something, and then that turns into an NFT. They're probably hoping to do the same thing for the FIFA collection. So let's say Ronaldo Cristiano does like a really cool kick, and then like a back slice into the ring, and then it hits the pole, and then it goes into, and then everyone's like, that's going to be an NFT. Now, are you going to purchase that NFT, right? Of course, these guys want to sell it to you because they want every little piece of moment. They want to immortalize it and try and sell it to you and make money from it, from you, right? Because it costs them nearly nothing to make these NFTs. They're literally videos that are just on the blockchain, right? The amount of resources it costs for them to make these NFTs is negligible compared to the amount of funds they have. It's nothing. But what's going to happen? Every time that NFT gets sold, they're going to be getting some royalties from that. So this is like a money maker for them. It's crazy that some of these companies haven't really caught on yet, right? This exciting announcement makes FIFA collectibles available to any football fan, democratizing the ability to earn a part of the FIFA World Cup. Just like sports memorabilia and stickers, this is an accessible opportunity. Listen to this, an accessible opportunity for fans around the world to engage with their favorite players, moments, and more on new platforms. Now, engage with their favorite players. Really, what are you engaging with? You're engaging with a piece of data on the blockchain. The players have nothing to do with it. The players don't even know you have these NFTs on them on the blockchain, right? They're trying to sell you a dream. So, you can feel closer to Cristiano Ronaldo because you have his NFT. It doesn't mean shit, right? It doesn't mean shit. And maybe I'm just I'm not bearish on NFTs. I think they're a great technology, but I'm bearish on companies like this always trying to sell you something and trying to make an extra buck from you to make you feel closer to the players, to your favorite player. Really, what a bunch of bullshit. What a bunch of bullshit. Let's look at Algorand chart. As you can see here, not much has actually been happening. It is suffering like the rest of crypto at the moment. We see this giant green wick here, which is probably the news that came out. Now, over here, this is where it's probably been consolidating with a bunch of insiders buying all the time. And over here, maybe they were able to sell a little bit at the local top, which is over here. Now, this is their biggest sports play yet. FIFA and soccer is probably the biggest sports around the world. I would say so. People love soccer. It's just such a simple game to play, right? And the FIFA is also a very powerful, company. Have you seen their headquarters? It looks like an evil layer, to be honest. Let's move on to the next topic that I came across today was the Fed research papers warn about future risks from crypto and CeFi and DeFi. So, yes, of course they're going to say there are risks. Guess what? There are also risks with the Federal Reserve. There are massive risks with the dollar at the moment. It's going down. It's deflating, right? No, sorry, it's not deflating. It's devaluing. The amount of money that you had ages ago is now worth only a small fraction of that because guess what? They printed heaps more. Pepe, welcome back, man. How you doing? He's good. He's just dancing. He's okay. Like and subscribe for me, please. Let's talk about the article. The US Federal Reserve's research arm published a pair of papers last week exploring two topics related to crypto, decentralized finance and the financial stability ramifications of digital assets. The authors suggesting stricter oversight for firms handling client funds. Now, this is not a bad thing in general, okay? We have, like, they talked about something here. I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to give you my own example, my own experience. Centralized crypto entities that act as counterparties to retail users in digital asset ecosystems are generally not subject to capital, liquidity, or comprehensive disclosure requirements. Yes, they are not. This is so true. Look at what happened with Celsius, 3AC, UST. So there were all layers and layers and layers and risk on top of each other. UST already was slightly risky because it was offering you a 20% APY, and I fell for this myself, right? It offered you a 20% APY, and they got lots of venture capital smart people actually believing that it was working, right? And it was working until it wasn't, okay? Now, all of these other crypto entities, let's take Celsius and 3AC, they would take my funds and say, well, we're going to go lend it out and collect the revenue on that, and we're going to give you a little bit of it back, okay? But instead of lending it out, they actually went to UST and Anchor and tried to deposit it there to get 20%. They'll take the 20%, they give me like 10, 12%, and then they keep 8% for themselves. But guess what? Once the UST goes under, that means Celsius and 3AC goes under, and that means retail investors, mum and dads, and other pension funds who gave Celsius money, who ended up putting it into Anchor and UST, they all end up going down, which is really unfortunate, right? There's no clarity as where the flow of funds is going. Well, there probably is clarity if you know where to look, right? Unfortunately, I was an idiot. I had a small amount of my funds in Celsius as well, and so I got stuffed. I got stuffed. It's not nice, but hey, this is the toll you pay, right? Now I will never believe anyone that's offering more than 10% on anything. Either it's an inflationary token that's being dumped, or there's some other magic happening. And sometimes when you look at magic, it's not really magic. There's something happening. There's some kind of risk you're taking to get that high APY or APR. Should the digital financial system become more interconnected with the transitional system, or should the digital financial system become more interconnected with the traditional system or expand its provision of financial services, financial stability risks could become quickly material. I would say financial stability risks are already material now in the traditional system, okay? My parents have been working their entire lives to try and save money. They've saved money for the last 50 years, and now the government decides to print a whole bunch of fucking money, and all of their money now is worthless, right? All of the years, all of the injuries they sustained, the backache, the chronic back pain, all of that is worthless. Well, not worthless, like 1/10 of what it's actually worth, right? Because they kept printing and being inflated away every single year. And remember, it's compounding on the year. It's not like a 5% here, another 5% on last year. No, it's 5% on this year, on last year's 5%, and then it's 5% on the last 5% increase. So like it just blows up into a bubble. You guys have seen the M2 money supply. It's too much. Let's read what they're saying here. As policymakers decide on which assets, dollars, or registered securities to allow on public permissionless blockchains, evidence indicates that DeFi will rapidly exploit any and all profitable opportunities regardless of supervisory concerns. In addition, under the scenario in which public blockchains evolve to provide a full range of services denominated in cryptocurrencies, supervisory authorities, including the Federal Reserve, may lack the necessary tools to ensure compliance with laws and regulations. Good. Americans aren't the only people in the world, okay? There's a whole bunch of other people who have been exploited by the US. Being honest, right? Policies considered well in advance and thoughtfully may reduce the scope of the inevitable financial stability disruptions stemming from DeFi. Oh man, they're scared. They're scared. They are. It's so true. Lastly, I want to cover some things on Coindix. I don't know if you know, Coindix is probably one of the best crypto websites to look at where yields are. Right now, we're in the depths of the bear market. No one cares about DeFi, yields, best APYs and that sort of stuff. So now is not a bad time to start farming if you're farming at all. Coindix gives you some of the best yields in crypto. You can filter by the different chains, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Polygon, and you can look at all the TVL in there, what API we should be getting. Right now, the highest TVL we have is actually Ethereum staking using Lido, and that's giving you 3.9% APY at the moment, which isn't bad, right? The next one is USDC on Aave, which has the highest TVL, giving you 0.34. Now, that's a very, very, very small risk. Is that worth your time? Okay, is that worth your time? Let's sort by APY, which you should never do because you will get the highest APYs with the shittest tokens out there. Okay, let's see ETH and CXETH, which is giving you more than $1 million APY. But guess what? The TVL is only $73,000. So if you bought $73,000 of this, oh my God, it's going to go through the roof because there is no liquidity. There is not enough water in the pool to get out, okay? There's Luna Classic and BUSD, which is giving you 4,877 APY. Guess what? Because it's a shit coin, Luna Classic is now dead. No one wants this, okay? So of course the APYs are going to be really high because it's highly inflationary, highly inflationary. We have some other ones here, but I'm not even going to entertain these high APYs, right? I was just trying to show you. Now, at the moment, I'm super interested in the Arbitrum ecosystem. I'm going to go ahead and look at the highest TVL in Arbitrum. Let's go and look, which is Wrapped ETH and GMX, which is giving you a base APY of 7.86%. Not bad. I think it pays you actually in ETH if I'm not wrong. I'm not totally up to date on that. It gives you 7.86% APY, which is not bad, and TVL is 35 million. Next one is a Neutrino USD, USDC, and State, which is a stable pool, right? This is a stable coin pool. Now, USDC is kind of how should I say, safer. USDT is safe-ish, and USD is unknown. It is an unknown stablecoin. Excuse me. Sorry, it's an unknown stablecoin and USD. Sorry, guys. It's got a base APY of 9.77%, and it's got $14 million in liquidity. So not bad, right? Would you step out of bed for a 10% stablecoin pool? Maybe. Look at the risks, though. You're exposed to 3 different stablecoins. These 2 are fairly okay, safe-ish, and USD has not been proven. So, is it worth your time? Is it worth your time? Possibly. If you only want USDT and USDC, that's even better. That gives you a 4.61%. It's got $10 million in liquidity. So this is on Beefy, which continuously compounds it, right? We have Wrapped BTC and Ren BTC, which gives you a really, really small APY, okay? These are both pegged to the same item. They're both pegged to BTC. Wrapped BTC uses another protocol to wrap a BTC. Ren BTC also uses the Ren bridge to wrap BTC. So it's taking normal BTC and taking it, making their own versions of it and making a liquidity pool for that. So it's like the same asset, right? There's just different versions of the same asset. So if Ren goes down, then you're going to die. If Wrapped Bitcoin goes down, then you're going to die. Let's look at some other liquidity pools. What else is high? MIM, USDC, USDT, which is 10%. Wrapped ETH and USDC is 13%. Not bad there. Let's see what else is there. There's not much else. You know, Magic ETH, Wrapped ETH GMX, 82% Wrapped ETH GMX. That's highly inflationary. I wonder if they're actually giving out rewards in GMX itself. Let's look on Solana. What are the highest TVL pools at the moment? We have 200 million in Solana Marinade, which is giving you 5.74. Solana, Lido, 6.1. So Lido is already on Ethereum. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea, right? You can go to all of these different chains and see where the best kind of safer yields are or the best known yields are. Now, if you go and get some weird token named Shiba Inu, Cum, Rocket, Elon, Dodge, Moon, it's going to go to 0, okay? You know what you're doing. Do not get that shit coin, even if it's $10, okay? Yes, it could pump to $100, but it could also dump all the way to 0, and then it's gone. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. This has been MetaVerse Explorer. I should stop hitting the mic. If you like like the content, please like and subscribe for me. I know it's most of the time it's just me chatting away and trying to, because I've experienced DeFi, I've experienced NFTs, I've experienced crypto, and sometimes the content I see some others making are not that great. So I'm hoping I can just provide a little bit of a flavor. And also because I wake up in the morning and I see the crypto markets and I want to just make some content instead of being a participant. I want to be like an active participant instead of being a passive person. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching MetaVerse Explorer. Ciao for now.